So finally, I can post up my video. I don't know why this is so difficult for me. Everyone else in the world can use this little simple video editing software for their video. Even children can do it. Every YouTuber can do it except me. I don't know what it is. I'm very good with numbers and money, and I am horrible with this simple little technology in the form of video editing software. You just do not know how long it took me to get this together for you. It's embarrassing to say, so I won't tell you.
Okay.
Let's just say that I've been trying to do it for a moment. Anyway, this is the land. This is what I am trying to purchase. I'm in negotiations right now with the seller, and we've been going back and forth on several things. But while we attempt to work out our differences and the purchase of this land and house, let me tell you a little bit about what brought me to this point and expand on what I talked about in my very first video when I decided to ask my real estate agent to find some property that would be out in the country. And believe me, this is the country. So right here is the pond that you're looking at. And don't worry if you don't see things the first time around. I actually run this video in a loop 2 additional times so that you can get a good feel for it. And I hope you listen long enough to listen to watch the very last loop, because I actually let you hear the conversation that I have with the owner in that last section. So stay tuned. There's some good stuff in here. This is the owner, and we're walking through the property. This man is 78 years old, and I can't keep up with him on these hilly grounds. And the very last loop, you're going to hear my huffing and puffing because I'm trying to walk as fast as I can and film an adequate enough coverage of the property so that you can get an idea of what I'm trying to purchase, and also for my own benefit later. But he's moving fast. So, excuse me, what am I doing this for? Why? You know, my friends and my family are starting to realize that this is real. I'm not just talking about it. And I don't know why, after all these years of knowing me, they would think that I just talk. I usually do 99.999% of the things that I say I'm going to do. I've always been very productive. So when I set my heart on getting this, I made sure my credit was ready. I made sure my money was right. And I said, okay, let's do it. And I'm here. I'm doing it because I'm ready for some slowness in my life. I've been going at a very, very fast pace with my job and my business and just my social interactions. And I'm at a point in my life where I need that time to take a step back and just enjoy my life more and enjoy people more. And not everyone needs to do this. Not everyone needs to run off to the country to enjoy their life more, enjoy people more. I just felt as if I needed to. And I'm very happy that I am pursuing this endeavor. I want space. I want space to stretch out my arms 10 to 15 times and attach myself to my other self and never touch anything else. That's how much space I want. I want to walk outside my door in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening time, and if I want to, just walk naked and just have a good time in my yard with nobody watching me. What does that entail? I don't know. Walking down to the pond and just sitting there watching the water ripple. I don't know. I just want to be able to do that. I want the calmness. I love looking at trees and watching birds, and I'm even fascinated at just watching squirrels play in the trees. And there are nothing but trees and squirrels out here, and foxes, and it looks like from the looks of it, when I was digging around in the ground, a couple of armadillos. So, what am I going to do? How am I going to do more than simply come home from work or from my business and sit and watch TV? There's no way you can own a piece of land like this and not do something with it. No way. And I would love to do several things with this as time and money permit. One is raise chickens. I plan on putting a really large chicken coop house with a raised fence around it to protect it from predators, and a covering over the top to protect chickens from the hawks and the eagles, so that I can raise them for eggs. A long time ago, when I was a child, we had to actually pluck, boil, and kill the chickens that we raised. I don't know if I could do that these days. I still eat chicken. I do still eat meat, not as much as I used to, but I don't know if I could raise something and then take it to the chopping block this time. I won't rule it out as an option. I'll just say that I'm primarily going to raise chickens for eggs, and I also plan on selling those eggs, which can be extremely lucrative if you do it the right way. I plan on clearing away about 2 to 3 additional acres of the ground for more pasture. There's about 2 to 3 acres of pasture available right now for growing fruits and vegetables. I plan on planting some more fruit trees, some apple trees, some lemon trees. I would love to attempt to grow some olive trees here and begin an avocado farm. Avocados take a good 14 years to mature, and that's going to be a while, but I plan on having the land that long, so that won't be an issue either. Herbs. There's so much land here, so many possibilities of things to grow. Elderberry juice is my favorite juice to drink. Not only because it's good for you, but it just has this nice, sweet, sharp taste. And I was amazed to see that not a lot of people like elderberry juice. They drink it for, and they use it for its medicinal uses, but elderberry has amazing properties for Alzheimer's prevention and treatment, mental cognition, joint pain. So I plan on doing that. Now I also plan on creating an herb garden / school for those people who want to learn and understand how to use herbs more effectively in their daily diet and their health rituals. So that's an idea. Something that I did years ago was I went to a butterfly sanctuary in Key West, Florida. And it was probably one of the most spiritual experiences of my life. If you haven't gone to a butterfly sanctuary, I suggest that you go. And if you get a chance, go to the one in Key West, Florida. There's only one there. And it is the largest butterfly sanctuary, I believe, in the southeastern United States. Possibly this half of the United States. In the sanctuary, there was every possible combination of exotic butterfly, as well as exotic birds and plants. And the air in there was very moist and warm and well hydrated. So when I left out, it felt as if my face had received the most amazing sauna facial. My skin was just soft and moist from the atmosphere. So I plan on creating one of those, and I plan on making it at least half an acre large. And if it's successful, hopefully that will be an attraction that people would want to come visit. We will see. I may not want to share it. I may become selfish and say, nah, I'm just gonna enjoy this all to myself. It's that beautiful. But knowing me, I'll open it up to the public. I plan on using this building, not that one, that's the house, but in a little while you'll see the building off to the left. And it was once a garage that the current owner turned into this building right here. The current owner turned this building into a workshop, and it's pretty big. It's actually the size of a small 2-bedroom apartment. I can say that the space in there was massive. It was well lit, well wired. Because he's an electrician, he put water and electricity in the building and built out some hard spaces. So I'm going to convert that building into my tax business because I do tax preparation and bookkeeping, and have my clients come there rather than coming to my home. There's so many things you can do with this property. I can't even begin to name them. I want to get a couple of horses. I would love to raise goats, a couple of pigs. Just, I can't even name the number of things that I would like to do. But I have some tension in terms of how I'm going to incorporate all of these activities into my time. Because working full-time and then working a business after you work full-time on the weekends can be a lot. So I have some decisions to make about what my time management and what my life is going to look like. But for me, purchasing this land is going to help me move closer to that decision, because I'll have no choice. I'll have no choice but to begin to commit myself towards this endeavor, which in turn will change my priorities. So that's just a few of the things that I plan on doing with the land. There are others, and as I continue to share this journey with you, I hope you are able to engage with me in the comment section in discussions about other opportunities and how we do things. I have been so impressed with the YouTube community in this part of YouTube, homesteading and growing community of YouTube, homesteading and vegetable growing and self-sustaining community of YouTube has been very giving and very generous with information. I enjoy watching the other videos. I also enjoy reading the comments, which are most of the time always so positive and informative. You have a lot of intelligent people in the world. So this is going to be good for me. I hope as I share my journey with you that you'll be able to learn from me, because I will continue to learn from you. Believe me. My desire to learn is insatiable. I forgot to add one more thing. The most important thing, I'm going to build houses, a couple of houses out here as a vacation rental. And I'm going to build those houses off-grid. The water source will come from the pond and the well. And I'm going to use solar panels for energy. And I will construct those buildings out of straw bale and out of adobe, something that I did years ago when I lived in California. I'm very, very excited about that. I'm going to have plenty of time to just come out and build and construct and create at my leisure. So that I can't wait to do. It's going to be a wonderful experience. So right here, we're talking about the border of the property. Let me give you an idea of how expansive this property is. Right there you see the back of the building. That's just one of the subdivisions that border the property. According to the owner, he and his wife were out here for about 30 years all by themselves. There was no one around them. And now they're surrounded on two sides at the rear of their property by two separate subdivisions. But the land is so massive and so dense with trees, and so massive and dense with just flora and fauna. The water provides such a natural barrier that they have never felt bothered by their neighbors. And we were walking, it seemed like, for like quite a long time. And we got to a certain point where we just had to turn around and head back to the property, to the front of the property. But we could have kept walking easily another 30, 45 minutes and not reach the end. That's how much is out there. I had thought at one point that I may subdivide the property, but the more I think about it and the more I look at it, I'm pretty sure that I don't want that to be the case. I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm just going to enjoy it and create things on it and make it this beautiful sanctuary getaway for me. You know, the good thing about this is that it's only 30-35 minutes east of the city. So I still have the convenience of driving towards Atlanta and then, enjoying the city, the theater, the football games, the wonderful restaurants, the parks, and then I can come back and enjoy my nature and the unique set of activities and beauty that this area has to offer. It's really the best of both worlds. And I feel very blessed about that. Look at how long this road is. When I looked up, I said, oh my God, how much farther do we have to walk? And I began to think, this is going to be so wonderful when I'm walking with my dog. And that's going to be nice too, not having to put my dogs on a leash, just letting them run and just play and do what they want. That's going to be a wonderful thing. And we're still walking, and still walking, and still walking. And we haven't even walked one half of the property at this point. But it's getting dark. I don't know if you can tell from the video, like twilight is about 45 minutes away, and you don't want to get caught in the woods when it starts getting dark and twilight comes. Strange things happen in the woods. So one thing that comes to my mind as I watch this video is the idea that, we're trained to want to stay in one place. And that one place is dictated by where we work, where our family is. So, in a lot of cases, most people don't travel outside of this triangle of work, home, church, or work, home, the store. Maybe it's a square: work, home, store, church. But all of those things can be measured in about, 10 to 15 miles from each other. If you're lucky, 30. And you spend most of your life in that space. And that space consists of, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, or 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, which contains all of your things. And then you pick yourself up to go do something, to go for a walk at a park. You pick yourself up to go buy groceries, and that's your only exposure. So all of our sustenance is built on the dependency of others, which is necessary. I think we do need to be interdependent. You don't want to be too isolated. But I just thought how strange it is how little we actually move from the space that we occupy. And I don't know, I would just like the space that I occupy to be a little more complex, have a little more nuance in it. I want it to be something that, so looks like I never tire of exploring. So and I can tell with this property that I would never, ever tire. Okay. Of exploring the nooks and crannies, and I would never get tired of building it.
He's got a little bitty backyard.
So much to do here.
Okay. That's yours.
It's going to be very exciting. And the deer come down here to this pond.
Yeah.
It's a nice little sized pond.
Yeah. It runs back. It's
14 feet is good. So, and the stream that feeds it.
Stream comes in.
So, okay. Now that this is becoming more and more of a reality, my family and my friends are asking me more and more questions. Yeah. And the questions are becoming more insistent. And they range from like being from rudeness to apathy to just being incredulous. And my father pretty much sums up the responses. And his question was, well, Kenya, I don't want to stand this, but are you sure you know what you're doing? And everybody loves me. My family loves me. My friends love me, and I can understand it. I'm older, and I'm by myself doing this. Of course, I'm going to hire people to help me at various times. But at the end of the day, this is not a normal thing for someone who's been living in the city the last few years to take up. And one of my relatives said, well, why do you want to do this? Like, what benefit do you get from doing this? And I thought that was funny. I thought, wow, we've become so conditioned to living in the city and living in an area where there's like uber convenience. Okay, I see the fence.
Yeah, that's it.
And congestion and instant gratification that we have lost the ability to really appreciate just the slowness of taking your time.
Yeah.
And savoring those things that make life special, like walking through the woods in your backyard and taking your boat out to your lake and your pond and fishing for bass and catfish or tilapia. Or going out to your garden and picking vegetables and picking apples from your tree. Or just, taking a leisurely stroll downtown where it's small and cozy. I miss that. I miss all of those things. And the older I get, the more
Once you
my
get past this
spirit
pine, it's a quarter of a mile
yearns
past the
for
pine.
that.
No, from behind.
And
New
I
house.
know
About
that I am not going to
it's
be
probably
able to keep maintaining the
5
pace that I'm
football fields from the pond to the
going
road.
at for much longer.
That's a lot.
And nor do I want to.
Okay.
Nor do I want to. I feel as if we
I'm gonna
each
come out
go
here in the
through a
daytime
season in our
with my
life
agent, and we're
to
gonna
do
walk along
things
it.
that are meant to be
And the
done
fence
at that
runs all the way
time. A
down there.
season
Yeah.
to work, a season to work hard, a season to
That's
play,
good
a season to
privacy.
wander,
So
a
I can let my
season
dogs
to
out.
Yeah.
to
Kind of
fight,
This is Wawa
a season to
fence.
be at peace. And right now, you
It's
know,
the
and
big
I'm not
cattle
old by any
Okay.
means, but spiritually, I feel as if this is my season to grow.
pond wants to get
This is
up,
my
which it
season to
never has.
create.
Yeah.
And within that, I'm going to be at peace. I really feel that way. And, you know, whoever wants to come along with me for that adventure will be what is supposed to come to me at that time. I really feel that way. And I try to articulate this to people, and that seemed to make them even more afraid, because I guess I've never spoken this way before, but I'm tired of pretending as if I don't feel this way. This is what I want to do. I want to grow things with my land, and I want animals to run around me. I want to play in my pond.
I can understand that.
I want to create. I want to work
It's
from
a
my
blessing
home.
you still have your
So
your
I'm
spouse,
setting
my
up
dad.
things so that I
My
can do
mom
that.
passed away 2 years ago.
I also believe that at some point I'm going to take up building again. As I mentioned in my previous video, that I've spent some time overseas and here in this country teaching people how to build homes out of adobe and also straw bale, and it was a great experience. So, like I said, I want to monetize my property. I will take the time to build one moderate-sized home or 2 small homes
I love the fact
somewhere on the property that I can rent out on
They have
as a
about
vacation
20 feet
rental
from their house to the
on
line.
vacationrental.com or Verbo or Airbnb.
that part of the
And I'll
subdivision.
also have some
Yeah, that's
spaces
East
out
Mill
there
Park.
just for
That's
guests
Park
and
South.
family.
This
Okay.
is East Mill Park.
So the possibilities are endless. What I know is that you can't do this in the
How do
city.
you feel with
In the city, we're
all
on
the
top of each
subdivisions
other.
coming in?
Even our homes are on top of each other. I have a couple of properties in the city, and my neighbors
Had hope for it.
where those properties are located are literally 20 to 25 feet away. And if it's an argument or disagreement, you're looking at the person all day long,
Yeah.
coming and going. If they're doing something they shouldn't do, you have to hear it, you have to see it. It's too much. It's too much. And then again, if there's nothing wrong with that, I had my season for that. And it's not to say that I won't circle back around and go back to the city. But right now, I'm feeling something different.
Yeah. Does it
I
have
really
much
am.
space?
And for lack of a better word, I would call it homesteading, because I do plan on making
That's a reasonable
that
amount.
property, even the home that's currently on there, self-sufficient with its own resources. And I love this wonderful and giving YouTube community in the homestead area of YouTube, because so many of you have, share ideas and thoughts about how you are making these projects work for you and your family. And I can't wait to do this for myself and my own pending family, which I'll talk about later on. But I do know that this is my time to do this. While I have the energy and the youth and the desire and the wherewithal to do it. I also think there's something sort of survivalistic in taking up the challenge of owning your own land that can help sustain you without so much assistance from the outside. there's something that creates an inner strength in a man and in a woman when you have to figure out how to feed yourself, clothe yourself, and create a life for yourself with what you are standing on.
That was it.
Stable
I hope
roof.
that makes sense.
I loved it.
It's something. It's the feeling is visceral, and I don't mean that in a
There's
negative
gate
way,
right
but
there.
I have a very, very strong
Gate right there. You just
affinity
go right down that
for
way.
being able
Go down that hill, you're
to
gonna go
utilize
to
the
the
skills that I have learned over the years for myself in a more creative way. I never thought years ago when I began to
That's smart.
when I learned how
pond.
to
Put that on there.
build homes out of adobe and straw bale,
Well,
and
that
I
roof
learned
right
how
there is
to
20
plant crops and
gauge.
tend
It'll
to
last
animals
50 years.
and just build and create. I never thought that I would
That's
use
nice.
those skills to take care
I
of
wouldn't touch
myself.
that roof.
And now I am so grateful
All this.
that I know how to do this. And I'm so grateful that I've been
Mhm.
blessed
And
to
on
be
the tube.
able to
It took
make
a lot
a
of work to
purchase
put the
like
water and
this
the power out to all of these.
and take
I'm
my
an
skill
electrician
set to
myself.
another
Oh, that
level.
was fine for you. Okay.
This will
I
be
really
difficult.
appreciate it, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
aware of that.
Alright, we
I
ready.
see my
Somebody
biggest
have it, they'll appreciate it.
I'm looking at it
constraint
real
being
hard
time.
right now. This is first on my list.
And I'll have to, at some
Thank
point
you.
very soon,
Thank
figure
you for
out
loading us
what's
your
more
husband.
important to me. I won't be able to keep working a full-time job and run a business and work this land. I know that. Not just in terms of time, but
I
in
loved
energy.
it.
And plus, that's not enjoyable.
It's higher than I wanted to pay, so I have to
Secondly,
really think about
at
it
some
hard.
point, we all have to
But I
commit to something, right?
really love
We have to commit to a project, to a desire, to a need, and we just have to say to
had a
ourselves,
problem
I'm
with
going
flooding?
to do this,
No.
and step out on faith and make it
Is this all
happen.
part of your property line too?
Yeah, all this.
So this is going to move me closer to that goal.
Corner, right?
And I'll have to admit, I'm a little bit afraid.
Okay.
See, your line
I'm a little
up
bit
there.
nervous.
On up
but-
on that hill.
Okay, I
going
see
to
the
do it.
fence.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's the
I'm
subdivision
excited
over
about
there?
it.
Yeah.
And I'm also very
That's nice.
excited
That's
about
nice, folks.
sharing this journey
They don't,
with
nobody,
you.
nobody bothers nobody.
That's
I look
good.
forward to your ideas,
That's why I
your
want to move out here. I
comments.
need privacy.
Please like,
I work a
share,
lot.
subscribe, and more than anything,
I
leave
work
a
a lot from
comment
home,
down
so I didn't
there
want to be
and let
bothered.
me know what you think
And then all
and
down there.
Yeah.
provide some input. Thank
Of
you.
course, your line runs here all the way to 212.
Mm-hmm. How far down is so the 212? That's about.
From the house to 212 is a quarter of a mile.
Wow.
So it's a little more than from here
Mm-hmm.
to there with it.
Once we get past this pine, it's a quarter of a mile past this pine
No, from the house.
from the house.
It's probably 5 football fields from the pond to the road.
I get you. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's space. I'm gonna come out here in the daytime with my agent, and we're gonna walk along it. And the fence runs all the way down there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's some good privacy. So I can let my dogs out.
Yeah.
Kind of play.
This is barbed wire fence, so it's to keep cattle in and horses.
Okay.
Yeah, see, if the pond was to get up, which it never has,
Yeah.
this will take care of the water. We'll just run through here rather than my boys put that boat in there 30 years ago.
Never took it out.
Never took it out. This all was cleaned out, but I got it too old and fool with it, so I it can be cleaned up pretty easy with a chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. It's been pretty decent for us. We raised all our kids out here. They decided they wanted us to go be over there next to them. Both of them live
I can
right
understand
next
that. It's a blessing you still have your spouse. My dad, my mom passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, we've been married 57 years.
That's great.
Be 58 in July. It's good and the fireplace and the stove in the great room there. You can build a little fire in it, and it'll keep the whole end of the house warm.
I love the fact.
Line is right over that hill. They have about 20 feet from their house to the line.
Oh, it's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Is that part of the subdivision?
Yeah, that's East Mill Forest. That's Park South, and this
Okay.
is East Mill Forest.
That's Park South. East Mill Forest. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you feel with all the subdivisions coming in?
Well, they were fine. I mean, we'd been out here by ourselves for 30 years, and that was more than we had hoped for. So.
The house is in good shape.
Yeah, we took care of it. We lived in it, but we took care of it.
Yeah.
I built that house with these. Me and her and kids.
Oh, that's amazing.
The house we moved into is almost identical to this. Just different location.
Yeah. Does it have as much space?
Yeah.
Land?
No, it's just got 4 acres.
That's a reasonable amount.
Yeah, that's all I can take care of. I spent a lot of time doing mission work. In fact, that's where I was at an hour ago down at the church. So tells me how safe I'm not in. Walking up the hill.
A lot of folks can't walk this hill. This is good.
78 years old.
I'm breathing hard myself.
Yeah. That was it. So
It's a stable roof. I loved it. Yep.
yeah, there's a gate right there. Yeah, there's a gate right there. You just go right down that way. If you go down that hill, you're going to go to the pond.
I was telling Keisha, when it rains, it looks like you get some really good sleep because you have a tin roof.
Yeah, everything here is 10.
That's smart.
We put that on there.
How long does it last?
Well, that roof right there is 26 gauge. It'll last 50 years.
How many more years does it have on it?
Probably 40.
That's nice. I wouldn't touch that roof.
That's all.
And all this has got 10 on it. That one out there's got 10.
10 on it too. That took a lot of work to put the water and the power out to all of these.
No, I'm an electrician by trade.
Oh, that was fine for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I really appreciate it, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we'd love to let somebody have it. They'll appreciate it.
I'm looking at it real hard right now.
All right.
This is first on my list.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for loaning us your husband. I loved it. It's higher than I wanted to pay, so I have to really think about it hard. But I really, really love it.